Traders Live podcast.
Mardo,
Chugs.
we are now officially podcasters. Yesterday we put our first full-length episode up.
Watch out, mate. Watch out, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the guest was a little shoddy, but we'll work on that. I think we've got a few better guests lined up.
Onwards and upwards, eh?
Yeah. Just for everyone who just watches this morning bite, we put our full-length episode up yesterday. Guest, David Martin. What we had you do is trade $20,000 over an hour while asking about his trading life journey, everything in between. I found it really good, really insightful. I was asking, we don't plan any of it. It's just off the cuff questions, whatever rolls into my mind that I think is of value. So go check that out on YouTube, Spotify. We've got it pretty much everywhere except Apple at the moment, but we'll get that round. So just Traders Live podcast, but let's get into this morning.
Let's do it, mate.
Also, really quick, I just want to say rest in peace to Charlie Mungers. He unfortunately passed away. I remember, in high school, I would be listening and watching to his and Warren Buffett's like AGMs and how they talk about life and business and success. So, yeah, big loss to the financial world, I guess.
Yeah, I think there'll be a lot of people shocked today. So, but RIP.
Mate, overnight and in the Australian session yesterday, sort of bit of a lackluster session all round. You told me this morning SPX has had 6 days of less than 20 points move. Markets in a holding pattern. What are we waiting for? Or is everyone going on holiday? Are we waiting for some economic news? What's the go?
Mate, I think it's probably pretty standard after the run up that we've had, and I think everyone's just kind of a little uncertain now and just thinking, what's next. So they're waiting for some kind of guidance. On the rates front, obviously people are, even locally in Australia, unsure what's coming next. So, I think we're just consolidating for a few days. But, I would expect that we'd get some kind of move in the near future.
Yep. That move could come today. It might not come today. We have Australia's CPI at 10:30 AEST. Just looking at that, last release was 5.6%. The consensus today is 5.2%. We'll see if it comes in above or below. Just interestingly, it's the US is expecting 3.1% next week. So Australia is really behind the ball, and especially coming back to their target range of 3 or 4% and getting that down. It is very, sort of interesting. The market, we have our RBA rate decision next week, and that's the last one for the year. It's a lot of the funds and big money are actually sort of pricing in that they'll hold on that time. Obviously, they haven't seen today's print. Give maybe the Aussie homeowner a bit of a Christmas gift, but in saying that, I think if it comes in hot, you've also got the very good case of raising in December because the RBA doesn't meet again until February. So they take Christmas because they're working so hard and doing so right by the economy. So there is that extended period of time where they can't prod the economy and get that inflation down. But in saying that as well, they also really do like to look at sort of December spending and Christmas and how the consumer's reacting to interest rates around that time of the year. So up in the air in terms of that umbrella view for the macro, and I guess we just have to wait and see in that front.
Bullock came out last night, did a speech, didn't she, that was fairly hawkish?
Yeah, yesterday, Arvo, I think it was. But she's, pretty much all of her speeches have been quite hawkish. So, I mean, I think she's trying to leave Mr. Lowe's sort of rhetoric in the past and tread her own path. But again, we'll just have to see what it is. She's not the only person in the room when those decisions are made. So, bringing that back, 10:30, we've got that decision. What are you seeing around the trading in that day session?
Mate, if there's going to be a bit of a shock, as you're kind of alluding to, we'll probably know very, very quickly when trading opens. That's kind of the history of CPI. Mate, it could just be another boring day, but I think generally we'll see that shock early before the print's released, and if we're going to get a bit of a rally, obviously just stabilise and rally off the back of that news.
Yeah, okay. So I guess it's all sort of holding pattern until then in terms of opening moves and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Tonight in the US, there's the prelim GDP release at 11:30 p.m. AEST. Is that usually a market mover for them? What should traders and investors be thinking around that time?
Yeah, it is. Like, that's a fairly bullish print in general, as I've said many times before. But I'll actually probably be looking for the reaction off our CPI print more so than that number just for today. Generally the correlation between how our kind of big fellas react to our CPI news and how the big guys in other markets treat it in their markets is very, very similar. So yeah, while everyone's kind of trading the CPI on the Aussie, I'll probably have one eye on the S&P.
Okay. No, great to know. I think that is all from me. If you have nothing else to add.
No, that's it, mate. No, just if anyone, obviously, as you mentioned, we've put up our first long form. I think we're going to turn the tables and have you on very shortly. But yeah, I had a lot of fun yesterday, and it's a good day to do it with 60 point rally in the first hour. So I don't know. I pushed to do it on that morning for a reason, and anyway, I think people will get a lot out of it. So
yeah, no, great. I think we'll leave it at that, and we'll do it all again tomorrow, mate. I'll catch you.
Thanks, mate.